just got the notification our first package was just delivered at the new property. I'm not sure why he delivered it that way, but we're pulling up to the new house right now. We got a lot of work to do. Let's do it. I closed escrow and I got the house. It was now time to start moving in. But before I could do that, I had to lay out a game plan. There's a lot of different stuff to do on the property. Here, come take a look. So this is our actual layout right here. These are our property lines. It's 2.5 acres. It's 25 times bigger than our previous property. This right here is currently the front house. Okay. Then you also have the studio over here, and you have the laundry room out here. Now what we're gonna be doing is we're actually gonna be kind of blocking this area off long-term. So it's gonna become its own property. So this whole area here is gonna become front parking lot. Over here, I have to remove all the cactus. I'm also gonna be moving the entire fence line that goes all the way up here and replacing it. And that's gonna leave room for the new road that's gonna go in. The road is gonna go all the way up over here. It's gonna take advantage of this cement pad that already exists. It's gonna run all the way to the back of the property. We're gonna do a nice circle drive over here, okay? And allow for the cars to come back around. Still gotta mow all this down. Long term, probably a local boy warehouse right here, and a back house back here. That's phase one. Let's get to it. The first thing I had to do was remove all of the backyard brush. It was really tall, it was really thick. I actually contracted a guy to come in with his machine and remove it. It was just too tall for a standard riding lawnmower. But I got the guy, he came on out, and he actually removed all of the brush from the backyard. This is what it looked like before. And this is what it looked like after he completed the job. Before we get too deep into the property, I want to show you exactly what I bought for $375,000. This is a beautiful overhead view of the entire property stretching from the very front of the house to the very back of the house. Yep, it just keeps on going. My previous lot size was 4,000 square feet. My new lot size at 2.5 acres was just under 110,000 square feet, which is 25 times bigger than my previous property. I'm gonna give you a little bit more of an in-depth tour of the property and all the buildings that currently existed on the property. Starting things off, let's go into the front house. The front house was recently remodeled. When you walked right into the front door, it took you immediately into the living room. All of the rooms in this house were rather small, but it did have a elongated living room. It had no air conditioning, but it had a gas heater in the living room for heat. There was 2 bedrooms, each one contained a closet and a window, but again, they were only around 10 feet by 10 feet size and space, very small bedrooms. We also had a nicely remodeled kitchen, had brand new countertops, everything had been redone including the flooring, and it looked really nice. Right through the kitchen was the one and only bathroom. Again, everything was redone, had a new tub, but it was only one bathroom. From there, it took you directly into the sun porch. This was more of a bonus room, but it worked really well and I liked it. Once you went outside, the building next door was a freestanding building. I love this. We were gonna use it for a recording studio. I couldn't wait to get in there and make this my perfect studio. It had one more freestanding building. On the left side, there was nothing in there. On the right side, it was already hooked up for a washer and dryer hookup, and we used it as our laundry room. Moving to the new house, I'm in my bedroom, and I just found a snake. You know, this snake was just chilling in my bedroom. Not today, buddy. Not today. Alright, he's getting a live release. We're about to let him out so he can go torment somebody else. You got him? Just about to go, man. About to say peace out.
Let him go.
I want to kind of catch it again. It's gonna be too much
he's like, do I really want to go to the wild?
Thankfully, I got the homie Chris, came in, got out of there, and we're all safe and sound. Saying there was a lot of garbage on the property is an understatement. And I didn't even realize it because all of it was hidden under the brush in the back. But once I started walking the property, I realized I was in for a lot of work. Everywhere you went, there was rocks, there was leftover trash, and if you dug into the ground, there'd be a tarp. Once you pulled the tarp up, there was buried trash. Everywhere on the property. There was wood, there was old toys, there was garbage, there was everything you can imagine. I knew it was going to be a lot of work getting all of this trash removed. I started off by getting as many trash bins as I could, and I had 7 of them that the trash man would come and get every single week. I knew I would need more, so I upgraded to an actual larger bin. And when that wasn't big enough, we upgraded to a 30-yard bin, which we filled up many times with garbage from the property. I wanted to put in a road, but before I could do that, I had to remove the cactus out front. The cactus was not only thick, but it was also intertwined in the fence.
What?
I'd like to introduce you to our niece April.
What the?
And our dog Marley. There were 2 trees that were in the way of the road going to the back. So I got a chainsaw and I cut down both trees and I made some firewood. Next I would be removing the fence. It was a chain link fence and it was really falling apart in many different areas, and I wanted to remove the entire thing and just replace it with a better fence. Per the city, the maximum height of the front fence could only be 4 feet. This property was going to be an investment property. I wanted to learn, I wanted to gather as much knowledge and be as hands-on as I possibly could. I found a local lumber yard that was selling these beautiful 2x6 plank style fencing, and I was able to purchase all of it for just $40 a panel. One of the challenges in California is that the sun is out probably about 85% of the time. This causes wood to rot rather quickly and also causes other items to age really quickly. I decided I was going to go with a wood fence. One of the first things I did was actually stain the fence, so that way it would be more durable and it would survive for many more seasons. One thing that I didn't realize as well was that the property was very windy. You're going to see here we were out one day taking the trash out. There's my beautiful niece April lifting up the trash can. And all of a sudden... Wham! Yeah, the wind was very strong out here. It was time to paint. I hopped on Amazon and I found a sprayer for just 25 bucks, and it actually got the job done really well. As you can see here in this time lapse, I finished it rather quickly. This is what the fence looked like before, and this is after we painted it white. Long term, I plan to put in automated gates, but for now I just wanted to have some swing doors. The wind was very strong out here. The doors continued to swing open until it actually knocked them off the hinges. Next, I wanted to add in dedicated parking for the front house on the left side. I began by leveling the entire ground, and then after that, I'd be getting Class 2 base to put down to build a new parking area. So, baby, what happened here?
Okay, so long story short, I was gonna pull out of the property and then I hit a water line, which there was pros and cons to it. Pro was we were able to move it now to a better spot than before. The only con about it is that there was a lot of work that needed to be done and a lot of money, so yeah.
Yeah, so blue thing backed up, hit the water line. The thing is that this house was built in 1920s, and so the water line is not a standard PVC. It's really old, like galvanized steel. And so when the plumbers came out to assess it, they said, here's the bad news. It's a 1920s home. When you hit the pipe, it cracked the entire water line going under the entire house. Now there's 2 options. You can put the entire house up on stilts, get under there, rerun the entire line, trench it, and put in a brand new line under the house. Option 2, which is what we went with, that saved us a lot of money and works completely fine. Right here you see our copper, runs right up through the attic, goes over the other side. Instead of going under the house, we just went over the house. So instead it goes right into the attic. We're able to do it for significantly cheaper. Shout out to Manny, shout out to our plumber Eddie. They took care of me as always, and we're back on schedule. And like Bianca mentioned, it is a good thing that it happened. Not a good thing that happened, but either way, it was not gonna be able to stay there anyway. And so now we've moved the hose bib right over here. So the hose bib is now in a better location, which works a lot better. Once the plumbing situation was under control, we could then move on and actually finish the extended parking area. I was really happy with how the new parking area turned out. Now that the parking structure was in, we could move on to the rest of the road on the property. There was a lot more to do, but we were definitely making progress. Coming up next week on Life at Home, we found our first RV. And then we found a second one.